What's up, traders? It's Matt with Conservative Trades. Hope you guys are doing all right today. Good day in the markets today. We're up $420.35. Probably only spent about $30 in commissions. And listen, by the way, if you hear a baby in the background, that's my son. So I'm kind of on daddy duty right now, and I'm trying to record this video while doing that. And he is hungry and ready for his dinner. So I'm going to do this real quick. For those of you who were in the live stream or who were looking for the live stream this morning. I'm sorry I did not get to it. The company I work for, we actually had a conference that I had to be in, phone conference, and that was right at 9 o'clock this morning. So I didn't even get to start trading till closer to 10 o'clock in the morning. And I just figured I would do the daily recap video here for you. But yeah, I'm gonna say it, guys. I've been saying it all week, and I'm gonna say it again. The market is still slow and choppy. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy with the profit on the day, but honestly, with the setups I was seeing, this should be double this, if not triple. I was literally with all the setups and all the trading plans or the trading plan that I had this morning, even with taking a very conservative share size, even even with just taking a small share amount. I should have been well over $1,000. Well, we won't say well over, but I should have made like 1,100 to 1,200 bucks today. So, in normal market conditions, I would have. But I tell you what, guys, it literally it has just been a chop fest all week. And I know if you've been keeping up with other day trading YouTube channels and that sort of thing, you've probably heard other day traders talking about this as well. It's just one of those weeks. But anyway, my favorite trade of the day, it was actually on CAN, believe it or not. Even though I made the most money on Shopify, CAN was a recent IPO. It IPO'd back in December, and it came down here and consolidated, and then yesterday shot from $4.41 all the way up to $8.69. Now, I have seen this 100 times. Typically, I mean, I would like to say almost 90% of the time, on day two, when you see recent IPO'd stocks start to shoot up and gain momentum like this, typically day two and day three, I mean, it continues to skyrocket. I was totally expecting this to break the previous day high and even come up here to test where it IPO'd at. I was thinking that this stock was easily going to get up to 13, 14, maybe even 15 bucks a share. And I only came in with a couple hundred shares. I actually went ahead and just put in an order. Actually, right before our phone conference started, I had put in an order. I'd bought like 200 or 300 shares, and I was planning on holding those shares all the way up at least to the test of these levels. I mean, I should have made $600, $700, $800 alone on CAN. In normal market conditions, this totally would have skyrocketed. And let me tell you why. Because everything that happened yesterday was nothing but a massive, massive short squeeze. Look at this. I didn't trade this at all yesterday, but this was a short squeeze, guys. There across a lot of the broker platforms, there were million, or maybe it was like, I can't remember the exact number, but I want to say I want to say it was like 1.4 million shares were available for shorting, were available to borrow. And so it was just easy. It was super easy to find shares for short on this, or shares to short. And so there was no major news catalyst. This was just a massive short squeeze. And by all intents and purposes, this stock should have at least tested previous day high, but it didn't. So it came in, and and I had set an order to just automatically get out if it came below a certain level. And so I saw that it had come below, it had gotten me out, and then I had already located and had ordered 1,000 shares for shorting. I mean, look how cheap it is. Look how cheap these shorts are. Look, $7 for 1,000 shares. And so I had taken a $200 loss on this roughly. And so by the time that I did get into the market, here around like closer to 10 o'clock, I actually started shorting it and took some profits back and basically brought myself all the way back to almost green on the day in that trade. So that's why I say it's one of my favorite trades. I mean, because that's what really makes a good day trader. It's not just somebody who can come in here and just make money. I mean, anybody can really just throw shares at a stock or throw money at a stock and make money. But to be able to be down on a stock and then realize a shift in momentum and direction and be able to capitalize on it and dig your way back from the grave, I mean, that's a good trader right there. That's what good traders do. Okay, and so that's why it was I really enjoyed that trade. But here on Shopify, I didn't take many shares. I took like 50 shares on this. Okay, and and look at the move I got. You know, it doesn't take much. This is why I try to tell people, like, you don't have to, have some super huge account and trade, by 1,000 share lot sizes and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. All you got to do is just have a modest account, and you can come in here and make 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 bucks a day on average. Yes, you're going to lose money some days, but then some days you'll make over $1,000. And this is just with a small or modest account size. I mean, you can make a couple $1,000s doing this. I mean, if you just spot the right setups at the right time. And so I'm really hoping that the market momentum picks up in the days to come, because I'm very much looking forward to showing you some of those days in the market. I thought today, like I said, I thought today I was going to be up like 1,100 bucks with the setups I was looking at, and they did play out. But even with Shopify, I mean, look here. I mean, it's just choppy. And I took Shopify as it was. So Shopify, you can see here on the daily, it went all the way up to almost 600 bucks yesterday and then dropped like 30 points. Okay, so I knew today that when people started coming in and buying all this up, any bag holders in this area of consolidation here were probably going to start selling off. And sure enough, they did. So I averaged my way in. I took like 25 shares. I took like 25 shares here and then 25 shares here. And then I waited for it to see if it was going to break over 556.60. That was the point where I was going to get out. But you can see it never did. The highest it ever came up to was 554.79, and then it just dropped from there. Okay, but then look at this. Look at how whippy it was. Like on a normal day with normal momentum, it would have dropped, cracked VWAP, and we would have seen some good follow through down here. But it did all this choppy back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, I had to really wait and hold on to those shares. And I got nervous. There were times where I normally would have added in, but it was like breaking through VWAP, then popping back up, breaking through VWAP, then popping back up. And it was just like, man, even here when we finally got the break, it wasn't clean. It popped back up. It's just, I'm telling you guys, it's been a slow and choppy week. It's not easy to trade in these conditions. But even with a conservative trading strategy, you can do well. So anyway, I'll see you guys here tomorrow, and have a good night. And hopefully we'll get some good market momentum building up. If not tomorrow, hopefully by the start of next week. All right, take care.